Hello everyone. Now we need to cover ANSI-SPARC database model. And this one is an abstract model for database management system, and it stands for American National Standards Institute Standards Planning and Requirements Committee, but it is not a formal standard and consists of a three level, each of which is associated with a database schema. Now we need to understand the three levels of the ANSI-SPARC database model. And also our objective with this one is to describe the external level, the conceptual level, the internal level, plus understand and explain database schema. And you remember in SQL Server, we already have a schema database in the design, but we hadn't yet talked anything about it. So let us see what we have in here. In the external level of the ANSI-SPARC model, it defines how the data in the database will be viewed by different users. Each user might need to see different parts of the data or to see the data arranged in different ways. Take a look to this example. Here the sales department see what is the order's value, while for the accounts they are looking into payments and outstanding. So different views of the same information based on business needs. This is the external view of the ANSI-SPARC. In conceptual level, we need to define three fundamental building blocks of entities, as we see here from the ARD, the previous video. We have entities, we have also attributes, and finally we have the relationship between the entities and attributes. And then by the follow of ARD main design, we need now to design each entity with what kind of information to be located to that entity. So the student here has first name, last name, student ID. The instructor or tutor has first name, last name, and tutor ID. And same with the course presentation, and finally the venue. So far we had understood how to get our entities and event or attributes, but with the relationship we need to configure the following. If you take a look here, each course presentation must have at least one student attending. So for the course relationship with the student, we can have one student, but for the students, many students, they can enroll to the course. Now each course presentation must be taught by one tutor. So as we see here, we have also one-to-one relation. We have also each course presentation must be held at one venue. So that's why here for the venue, it can hold the course presentation, but many course presentations can be applied or presented in single venue. For us later, we don't need to go through this ARD again. We will jump directly to the design of the databases. Now, once you have the external and conceptual view, you need to access to the internal view and to the data schema design. So if you take a look in here, if I access now to the table name student, in student, what do I have? First name, last name, and student ID. So I need to specify I have student ID, first name, last name. Maybe I will add to a date of birth, address, phone number, etc. And I need to specify the type of each one of these attributes. So the type integers for student ID, characters for first name, character again for last name, and the length which I wanted. Then here we have now the SQL command, which we can use it to create table student. We had run some queries in a previous module. Here we have another now query, which is a create table student, and we need to specify exactly what kind of schema structure do I have. Student ID, integer, 8 character, and not null. We cannot accept any null values in this field, and the same with all others. And as we have a schema for internal level, you need to keep in your mind we have also schema for the conceptual and external levels. And in external level even we can have more than one schema, maybe many schemas for the external level, but we will see how to deal with the schema with the development of this course. So our main step now is to get our lab again, and that lab we need now to use it to create our database design, use normalization to split it to tables, define the relationship, and then finally we need to create the database with relationships between all the databases. After that, we will take care about the schema. One note now to be added before finishing this video for ANSI-SPARC. When we have talked about ARD design and we talk about attributes, the attributes can be defined in any one of the entities. So it is not like just for the event which we have it in here. Each one of these entities, it can have its own list of attributes. And also the main event can also has its own list of attributes. So it's just a note to be added. because through the previous explanation, we might mention the attributes to be added to an event, but in reality, no, each one of these can have its own list of attributes. That's all what we have it with ANSI-SPARC model. We need now to jump to the next ERM data modeling and see how we can deal with it. Just simply for now to mention it, the ERM is based on ERD. So what we had learned with ERD, we are going to build on it and improve that design toward ERM. Thanks for watching.